What's going on, everybody? It is a Thursday night, and that can only mean one thing. Well, it can mean a lot of things, I guess, but for us, it's TNA watch-along night. So welcome in. We are coming to you from the very cold Northeast. Very cold. Much too cold. But the first thing I want to mention, look, no matter where you happen to be, things can always be worse. And I want to first start the show off by saying our thoughts, our prayers are out to everyone that is living through those horrible fires out in California. One of the friends of mine who's a musician was evacuated from his house. And it is just, I've been watching footage, Jeff, and they're saying it looks like you're driving through hell, and it absolutely does. It's horrendous. People losing their houses that they've had for years and years and years. I know there's actors and stuff like that live out there, and celebrities and things that have lost their homes. Just terrible, terrible sight to see. And obviously, again, like I said, our thoughts and prayers are with all of them. And obviously, if any of you are going through that, it's just absolutely horrible. So I hope you, wherever you are out there, are safe. But yeah, Jeff, it's just, I was watching some of it last night. It's very, very hard to watch.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like with our society, we've gotten so desensitized to so many different things because of social media and news coverage and everything that happens. And it's just like sometimes you forget that that's not a movie, that's not a TV show, that's real life.
Yeah. And
our thoughts and prayers are out to everyone and to the families affected. It's sad, man, and it shows just how different our world is.
Mm-hmm.
You've had fires in California before, but never to this magnitude and with the damage that's estimated and that's already been done. It's sad, man. So, hopefully they get the assistance that they need as a state to be able to rebuild and kind of help families, rebuild their lives as best they can.
Yeah. And obviously Tazzy, I know he lives out that way as well and stuff. So yeah, it's just horrible to watch. I think one of the things I saw in the news last night was a young boy. It looked like he had to be in high school, and he's trying to put out the fire with a garden hose that was coming toward his house. And then they realized that they weren't going to be able to do it, and they had to leave their house. It's devastating. I can't even imagine. And like Jeff said, it's like things you would watch on a movie. In a movie, and you're seeing those ashes just flying through the air, and the minute they hit something, it just goes up. It's like fiery rain. It's horrible. So yeah, obviously that's our thoughts go out to them first and foremost. But yeah, we are here for our TNA show tonight, and we are getting closer and closer to the pay-per-view, to Genesis, of course. And when is Genesis? Coming up soon, yeah? Jeff's going to put up the preview. 19th, so we're 10 days away. So we have another one of these, and that's it. Yeah.
It's on a Sunday. So
okay, so another one of these shows next week. That'll be the go home show, and then the pay-per-view is next Sunday. So big weekend for us this weekend, guys, too. So make sure you're joining us on Sunday, because we've got our TIGS Awards. We're going to tally up the votes. If you haven't voted yet, you got a few days to do it. I'm going to give Jeff the totals on Friday or tomorrow. Yeah, so you have tonight and a little bit and tomorrow morning. Yeah, so get out there and vote if you haven't. You got one more day. And then I'm getting Jeff the totals, and their totals are going to be locked in. And we're going to have our TIGS Awards show on Sunday night in place of Between the Ropes. So we'll start, Jeff? Same time, I guess, 8:30 like we normally do?
Yeah, 8:30.
Okay, so we'll start at 8:30. And we're going to have all our awards. Tazzy's supposed to join us, as is Chris, I believe, as well. So we will tell, obviously, Jeff will announce your picks, and then we'll all give our picks on the awards as well. And the last time we had the award show, we went through the awards, we talked about the awards and stuff like that, reminisced a little bit, and we'll probably do a little look into the future. I think like we did last time. We'll talk about things that we're looking forward to most this year and stuff. I think we did a segment on that last time. So it should be a good show. So make sure you come out for that. And then the next time you'll see us after Sunday will be, of course, on Tuesday for Fireflies Forever. Getting a little more interesting because we got some social media posts from them and some more entries into the journal and stuff that we need to discuss. So make sure you join us for that on Tuesday as well. All right. We welcome some people in and we will get into the card and what we got tonight on the show. So we've got Christopher, AB Jobson, Hassan, Dylan is here, James Chadwick, of course, Jahira, Derek Fleming is here. Hey, Derek, we have Damian Robinson. We've got Christopher, John Kessler, Chris from Twitch. We have Dylan. We have Conrad in the house. Hey, Conrad. Marvin is here. We've got AB. We have, make sure I'm not missing anyone. I think the names are all the same. Brandon Davey, Sean Rousset. Hey, Sean. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm caught up. So, Jeff, what do we got for the card for tonight?
Yeah, I was just saying hey to Sean Rousset because it's been a while.
It has been a while since we've seen Sean. Welcome in, man.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's the card for this evening. I'll make that a little larger.
There you go. So we are, of course, going to get a promo. We're going to hear from Jordynne Grace, Jeff, and of course, we're going to hear from Jordynne Grace because of what happened with Tessa on the show last week. So that should be interesting to hear from Jordynne about that.
Yeah, that should be good. I mean, I think all the reports, if you believe those kinds of things, are saying that, that's going to be Jordynne's feud going into Genesis. I can't see it going any differently than that. So, I think we're going to get a strong response from Jordynne this evening.
I agree. Jason Stauffer is here too. David Paul as well. Jason says, I will be watching Impact on my Apple TV and the Nittany Lions on ESPN tonight. We are Penn State Go Lions. Yeah, there's a guy in my store today that works there. He is a big Notre Dame fan. So he's been chanting playing the Notre Dame fights, that little Irish song that they play. It almost sounds like an Irish jig. He was playing that all day in the store. We have the Northern Armory Gauntlet. This is very interesting. Mike Santana is going up against the entire faction. Judas, Icurus, Travis Williams, and then Josh Alexander as well. I don't know, man. I don't recall, Jeff, ever seeing one man go through a faction in one night. This is a little new, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm forgetting. Maybe someone did do something like this, but I don't remember it. I don't know how he's going to go through both of the goons and then end up getting to Josh at the end, who's the best of the three, no doubt, obviously. So this is going to be very interesting to see. Yeah,
I mean, it is. It's interesting, but it's weird in the sense that I think if it's believable that anyone can do it, is Mike Santana.
Yeah.
Just because dude he's just rough and tough as they come. So I think this is gonna be interesting though. It makes me wonder how short two of these matches are gonna be.
Yeah,
one of them has to be incredibly short, I think.
Yeah.
And are they gonna go back to back to back? So that's the other thing,
Yep.
And I think Barry Monkey brings up a great point. I think we know he'll get through the first two. What happens in that third one is the question.
It is a great point, Gar. Are they going to soften him up just enough where he's going to be tired for Josh? It's going to be a little more difficult for him to win. So yeah, very, very true. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. It's definitely something different, Jeff, that we don't see much.
Yeah, and does something happen in that last match that leads us to another match at Genesis? I could see that happening.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Maybe him and Josh are going at it, and maybe they come back in and they interfere somehow.
Something.
Yeah. It could be. That could be.
What if we got those two in a Monsters Ball match?
Yeah. Oh man, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. Yeah, we haven't seen Josh in a Monsters Ball match, so that would be fun, man. We have Savannah Evans in action, Jeff. We don't know who she's going to go up against, but it's good to see Savannah back. And listen, hopefully they get her into the in some sort of picture for something going on with the knockouts, and we get something from her. But it'll be interesting to see, Jeff. And now we do have to remember, she did attack someone when we saw her last, and we may have to maybe wondering if that particular someone is going to come back for some revenge when Savannah is wrestling tonight. So be interesting to see.
Yeah, she hasn't made a lot of friends.
No, she certainly has not.
So I think it might be an interesting night for Savannah. But again, like you said, I'm glad to see her in the ring, and hopefully they continue to push her this year, and she gets some time at the top.
Yeah, she beat up Xia Li, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's something to watch here. Maybe I might see Xia trying to get some revenge. We have the Rascalz in the good hands, so that ought to be a good one. Obviously, the Rascalz getting ready for their big match against the Hardys, which is going to be awesome. They've got a package they're selling. I saw it online. They're selling a $500 package for Genesis, where you can literally have breakfast with the Hardys. With the money for the part of the package, you get to have breakfast with the Hardys. So I thought that was like, okay, that's kind of cool if you have that kind of money to spend. But yeah, Rascalz in good hands. Look, the good hands. Listen, they're kind of an underrated team. So I think this could be a very good match. I think between these two, and the Rascalz are always fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, as much grief as we give the good hands.
Yep.
They really are good hands. I mean,
yeah.
they are good wrestlers, and that's the thing with them. They're going to put on a great match, and I mean, the Rascalz are the Rascalz. So this should be. This may be match of the night.
Yeah, could be a very good match. I wouldn't be surprised at all. This one came from last week. We have the Nemeth brothers going up against Joe Hendry and Rhino tonight. Which is a very crazy kind of a team here. I mean, the Nemeth brothers, of course, not so much, but Joe Hendry and Rhino, very odd pairing. But this came from all the stuff, and this came mostly from Ryan, being honest. That this developed the way that it did. But the fact that you're going to have friction here, though, Jeff, between obviously Nick and Joe coming up to their championship match, it could make this interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt. To have a little friction before that big match. So I will say that Nick has been leaning a little towards the heelish side.
He has.
With some promos, and it might even be guilt by association at this point with his brother. So who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to this because I think it's going to break down, and we're going to get these two guys not liking each other even more. So
could be.
I'm for it.
Yep, me too. It makes that match even better. Lastly, we have the System going up against Steve Maclin, Eric Young, and Jonathan Gresham. So we've seen all those men get wronged by the System. Could be coming out for a little bit of revenge here, Jeff. And this one, I would imagine, I don't know if this could be the main event. I mean, the Northern Armory Gauntlet could be the main event too. We'll have to see. But look, this should be very good. These men all hate each other.
Yeah. This is going to be a lot of fun. They don't like each other at all. And for my money, a pissed off Maclin is the best Maclin. So
yes,
I think that's the direction that I'm going. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun, and it should be. I don't know if this is going to quite be, and maybe we get this at Genesis. I don't know, since Genesis is stacked right now. But what if we get some kind of no DQ brawl at Genesis with these groups?
Okay, yeah, might see a little of James Chadwick's favorite thing in TNA, little blood in that match.
I feel like we're at this point in this feud. You got to get a little bit of color going.
Yep, agreed. Jason says Vikings-Rams game is getting moved. Yeah, I figured it would because of the wildfires. Yeah, I heard that a little bit earlier. They were looking into that. Heather's here. What's up, Heather? Heather was at an AEW show last night. Nice.
Yeah.
You saw the return of Kenny Omega, and of course Will Ospreay. I did see that part of that where Will came out to kind of help him when he was getting beat up. So very interesting. And of course those two, no love lost between those two to the way it is, and the fact that they're going to maybe team up is actually kind of cool. So good for you. It's always fun to see a show. All right, guys, we are about to get started. And before we do, you know what time it is. It's a Thursday. We got to talk about food. So, of course, we are going to do that. Let us know. And it looks like we're getting the system coming out right now. So we're going to get that match first. Let us know what you had good to eat today. What did you have for dinner? Let us know and get everybody hungry so that everybody pays attention really well. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. We don't care. We don't discriminate what it is. Could be a snack. It doesn't matter. Shout it out in the chat and let us know. And there they are. The system is here. We got Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, Dirty Dango. I still can't say that other name. I like Dirty Dango better. And Alicia, who let's hope is not going to get on the mic.
You know she's on the microphone at some point, right?
Let's hope she's not given the mic. I could do without that. Jeff, did you see did you happen to see NXT? Did you watch NXT on Tuesday?
I watched bits and pieces.
Did you see Ethan Page and The Rock?
Yeah.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Very cool for Ethan. Very happy for him, man. Rock is get your sweet ass on out of here and hits him on the butt.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, that's that was really awesome. Really cool interaction. Of course, he said, I'll see you on the main roster, which was very cool. I'm very happy for him. Ethan Page, I think, deserves a lot. And he's very entertaining and he deserves what he gets. And I'm very happy for him. Very glad they did that. All right, let's see what people are eating today. Stuffed pepper soup tonight. It's snowing out. And also saw it snowing in Dallas. Yeah, the South is going to get a storm that luckily for one reason, we're not actually getting, shockingly enough. But the South is going to get some snow, man.
Yeah. And listen, I just want to throw this out there. I'm going to sound like a dad, but I don't care. In the South, it's a heck of a lot different than it is up here. They're used to that up here. It's different. So get what you need to get today, tomorrow, and stay your behind in the house if you don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because the roads, especially if they have ice, it doesn't matter what kind of tires you have, any of that. If it's ice, it doesn't matter. So just be careful.
Yeah, that's no joke. Especially when they don't have all the salt and cinder trucks like we do up here, and they're not usually prepared for that stuff. So yeah, just be very careful in that stuff. I agree. Pizza for lunch, meatloaf, vegetables, and cornbread, and that was it. Italian chicken and salad, says Conrad. Cheeseburger and checkers fries and blackberry brisket, says Andrew. Chicken strips and potato wedges. Szechuan beef and fried rice with an egg roll. Little Chinese for Chris.
Oh, good.
Cheeseburger and fries. It's a cheeseburger kind of a night. Gluten-free spaghetti and meatballs and salad. Lunch was Arby's fish, curly fries, and Diet Dr. Pepper. Grass-fed burger. He said sweet ass. Pause, LOL. I had homemade pork sausage from my uncle for supper. Nice. Ham and mushroom tagliatelle pasta. Nice. New Year's Evil. Yep. Hamburger helper, lasagna, and broccoli. I didn't eat the bun at Arby's, obviously. Eric Young. Did my shopping this afternoon at Walmart. Nice. Swedish meatballs with a bottle of wild cherry Pepsi for lunch. Very good. Jeff, what did you have? Did you get to eat?
Yeah, I had some leftover KFC.
Nice. Nice. Would you have strips, nuggets, just chicken?
Just chicken.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I had a pot pie last night. I hadn't had one of those in years.
Oh, okay. The KFC one.
Yeah.
I never tried them. Are they good?
They're good.
Nice.
They're really good. Yeah.
My wife makes a really good chicken pot pie.
Yeah,
That's awesome though. Yeah, I've never had. There's a lot of things at KFC I never ate. We grew up right with just the buckets. We would just always get the bucket.
Yep.
And then they had all this. And most of the time now I'll get nuggets or strips. I've never had a bowl either, and I heard the bowls are amazing.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And down south, depending on where you are, Even though this may gross some people out, but I'm from the South, so they have livers and gizzards.
Oh, okay. They're fried though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I heard that actually.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard that they do that down there. Hey,
yeah.
that's ahead. Listen, you cater to where you are, and if
Exactly,
that's the thing, and that's what they eat, then why not? Yeah, sell it.
exactly.
Chicken bites with quinoa, brown rice, green beans, and a bottle of Pepsi for dinner. Rice and chicken. We have this thing over here every year up here in South Dakota, every January called Burger Battle. Each bar or restaurant makes their own burger, and we all vote on which is the best. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Tried to make a pizza with garlic, cheese, onion, and lamb. It wasn't good. Listen, sometimes we experiment. Things don't always turn out the way we want.
That's true.
Malachi Black will not be back in AEW, James Chadwick says. Little wrestling news. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did not hear that. I wonder if he'll go back to WWE, or I don't know. Maybe I would love to see him in TNA. I would love to see him in TNA. I always liked him. And of course, he had, a lot of the stuff when Bray was doing his thing and Malachi was, I just thought that would have been a cool thing to see. I had an English muffin, Thomas's English muffin, and I had chunky sirloin burger soup for dinner tonight.
Okay.
That's what I had.
That sounds good.
Yeah, a little different, a little different. I wanted to eat a little light. So yeah. Jeff, I'm curious, bro. How many people in South Carolina do you know that talk like Leggett from the Panthers? Is this a real accent? LOL.
A lot.
There you go.
A lot.
There you go.
And depending on where you are in the state, it's even, the accent is even thicker than his, if you can believe that. So it's a lot.
Brandon Davies talking about Super Bowl picks. Jeff, we should have Super Bowl picks. Mine are Buffalo and Detroit. I'm going with. I'm going Buffalo and Detroit in the Super Bowl. That's more of a kind of want for me anyway, because Buffalo's been there, but they've never won one. Detroit's never even been to one or won one. So you're getting a team that had never won one if those guys both meet in the Super Bowl. So I'm going Detroit and Buffalo.
Yeah. I think that's a good pick. I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Detroit and Baltimore.
Okay. All right.
And I think this is the year that Lamar finally gets to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And he'll start to get some of the credit that he deserves.
Okay.
And yes, I'm biased. I'm wearing the
Buck shirt.
I'm wearing the sweatshirt. Listen, if the Bucks can just stay healthy, they got a puncher's chance.
They beat the Commanders earlier in the season, so
they beat the Lions earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they beat the Eagles. I mean, they beat the Eagles like a drum.
Yeah, they did. So I was quite happy with that result. Yeah.
So, I mean, it is possible, but I think the Ravens and Lions will make it there. I think that even though the Lions beat up on the Vikings, if they play again, I think it'll be a much closer game. But I think I've got the Lions, and I think I got the Lions and the Bucks in the NFC Championship.
Okay. I think Minnesota, Jeff's a little bit of a paper tiger. I think they got exposed. I think Detroit really made them look bad.
Yeah.
And I know Detroit's good, so it's nothing against them, obviously. But I think Minnesota, I don't know. I listen, I think Sam Darnold's a good guy. I think he's a good kid, but I just don't. He really looked like he choked in that game. And he was zinging passes all over the place. He wasn't hitting his receivers. So I don't know that I trust them. Green Bay's banged up. Green Bay would have been a dark horse for me, but they're banged up. I don't even know if they're going to beat Philly. And the Washington Tampa game, I think, is going to be very good.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Because Jaden Daniels is a lot better than he was when they played the Bucks at the beginning of the season. So
yeah, he is. He's going to be a handful. Running quarterbacks are very difficult to guard against.
And he's got an accurate arm, and he's got a cannon. So it's just like, man, this dude. I didn't think that he was going to get it figured out that quick, but he's got it figured out.
And, as much as I hate to say this, you can never, ever count out Mahomes.
Yeah.
You can never – they just – they're like people are sleeping on them. They're not even – but you know what? They just find ways to get it done. Andy Reid is just a great coach. He coaches amazingly in the playoffs, and they just find a way to get it done. And I know people don't want to hear that, but they're good for a reason. So it's, Well, there you go. They won it, but of course the system are attacking from behind with chairs. Cheating, of course. Maclin gets kicked out of the ring. And now we have Gresham. They're double teaming, triple teaming Gresham now, it looks like. Yeah. Myers and Eddie Edwards and JDC is there as well.
Man.
I love what EY is doing now. He's one of the faces of the company all the time, doing great work, says Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, they are not done with Jonathan Gresham here.
Nope.
Chucked him out.
Come on, Santino. We need Santino to get some order out here.
Right, yeah.
Make a match for Genesis.
Now, all three of them are down on the outside. You got Eric Young down. Alicia's over there giving him the business.
Especially Gresham, since they're pulling out plunder.
Now, they got Gresham's head stuck in that. Oh, no, not against the post. Oh. JDC doing some kind of goofy dance up on the chair. Oh, my God. Alicia now going over to get involved.
What a heel.
AB's going to Bills game. Nice. Enjoy.
Yeah, man. Have fun.
Now Eric Young and Maclin are finally coming back in, but it's too late. They hightailed it. Michael's asking how much time Gresham has left on his contract with TNA. He's saying it's like an injury, kind of a goodbye to Gresham. Is that what you're thinking? On the system's time, she's saying.
Yeah. Man. Main event, Joe Hendry and Rhino.
There you go.
Nemeth brothers.
Maybe you're thinking too negative about it, Michael. Maybe this is another character change for Gresham. Maybe the octopus comes back after this.
Yeah. Maybe he needed to get a little choked up, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. F the system, says James. We had a Bills rally today with Billy the Buffalo. There's Joe Hendry.
They showed a young Joe Hendry, too.
Yeah. Everyone thought Speedball was going to show up at AEW last night. Oh, you mean during the Kenny part, maybe? If he was supposed to show up, that was news to me, because if he was, it was backstage.
I think it's coming.
Wouldn't surprise me. Wow, look at Joe Hendry when he was so young.
Yeah, man. Listen, Joe, I'm never one to say they have to do anything because we don't have the pencil and that whole spiel that I give about people getting into booking frenzies, but they're showing us all of this for a reason, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I really hope so. Because if
Yeah.
they don't do it now,
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? Remember when they did the whole Charlotte Flair when she was going to win and they were doing that whole thing about her? They did like a big, almost, it was almost like it was very similar to this. When they do things like this, like Jeff said, a lot of times when they show a wrestler's past and you're getting to know more about them and things like that, a lot of times that might mean that they are going to get the title. So Joe is in a rock band. Look at that.
Yep.
Do we get a Joe Hendry Rumble appearance? Well, it very well could be. I think someone suggested in our chat last week that he might go to the Rumble if he has the title and take the title with him.
Yeah.
Much like Jordynne did.
I think even if he loses, Joe, he still ends up in it. But I think if they're gonna put him on that stage and really showcase TNA, I think that's another feather in the cap of Joe Hendry because I think he's earned it at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that's just another cool way that they can highlight TNA.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. If Nick loses Genesis, which he will, I'll be totally cool with it because he had a year run. Yeah, he had a nice run.
Yeah, great run. Nice run.
Yeah. What should TNA Wrestling do with Su Yung and Taylor Wilde? We don't know if either one of them are there. Taylor's been doing some other things. I know she did that wrestling up in Canada, I think, with Scott D'Amore. And Sue is doing indies. So I don't know if they're even signed to TNA anymore.
Last I heard, Su Yung was injured.
Yeah.
I think both were injured. I forget what was going on with Taylor. But,
that's right. Taylor did have something. Yeah, you're right.
But, but yeah, I mean, just wish them well, and they just got to keep plugging away. And as free agents become available, continue to go at that free agent market, continue to scout the indies, which I have full confidence in their staff that they do that. So yeah, I think that's it. And I'm going to keep saying this. TNA, please go look at Christina Marie. She needs to be on TNA. She needs to be in a larger promotion. She's done some great work.
We're getting another. We got a song. What is this?
Oh, that's old Joe Hendry.
That is old Joe. Holy, look at this. I mean, we're getting a long segment here, Jeff. This isn't just some little clip. Yeah. This is a long thing going on here.
Yeah. This is like
it's a biography kind of a thing. SmackDown 3 hours, Brandon. It's not going to last. It's only going to be 3 hours for a little bit, and then it's going back to 2. British champion in Greco-Roman. He doesn't look much different with the different color hair.
No.
Jeff and Maggie Lee and Alex Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about his friend Kyle. Hey!
Mike Tenay on the top of the cage. That will always be one of those oh my God moments.
Yep.
Of all time.
That is an absolute highlight of TNA. If this was old WWE, Joe would only get a package like this if he was going to lose. That old man was so weird like that.
Yeah.
Man.
That's why I think I've been conditioned to think sometimes, oh man, this person's gonna lose because they're devoting so much time. They're gonna pull the rug from underneath us.
I hope that's not true. Even
Oh,
to this day, the Elix Skipper Cage moment lives rent free in my
for
head.
real. I had that on a DVD and watched that thing so much. I still have the DVD. Who uses DVDs anymore? Like, think about that, Joe. You remember when we went from Betamax to VHS,
Yeah, I do.
from VHS to DVDs, from
Yep.
DVDs to Blu-ray, and now none of it. You don't need any of it.
We don't even have them at my store anymore. Best Buy got rid of
Yeah.
Blu-rays and stuff last January, actually a year ago. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I never had a Betamax player; they were too expensive to buy. VCRs were pricey too, but they came down a little bit. But then you forgot about laser discs.
Mm-hmm.
The big laser discs, man, that looked like a record album.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like we went through. It's crazy. Growing up with all this like different technology and seeing all of it come to pass. I remember the first cell phone I ever owned. Those big, and selling in Radio Shack, those big bag phones that went in your car.
Yep.
The bag phone was free, but your plan was ridiculous. Like I remember it was the first incoming minute was free.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it was $5 a minute.
Yeah.
A minute to talk.
I remember my mom had one of those from AAA.
Yep.
They were selling them, and they had some kind of service, and they had that ridiculous plan. And I remember one time, I was trying to flex for the boys on the football team. I'm sitting there using the phone, and my mom was like, "What are you doing? Don't you know how much that's costing me?" And I'm like, "Oh," and I hung it up real quick. But yeah,
Yep.
It was funny. But yeah,
Derek, you don't know what a Walkman is? That was just it was just a brand name. They all came out, and I could never get a Sony Walkman. They were too expensive.
Too expensive. I had to get knockoffs.
Back in the day, they were like $60, $70, and that was when the minimum wage was $3 an hour. Mm-hmm. So that was way out of my price range. But I ended up getting like my parents knew I wanted one, so they bought me like a generic one, a Jensen or something like that.
I had a Jensen, yeah.
Did you? But yeah, it was just a way to play your cassettes and walk around with it. You had the headphones with the foam on. Remember all the foam? Remember the foam would rip all the time. You have to get new foam. And so you had it on your head, and some of them had a radio, and some were just a cassette. You could just listen to your cassettes on the go. It was the first time, really, unless you wanted to carry around a radio, that you can listen to stuff.
We did that until we got enough money for a Walkman. So we carried around our boom box.
We did too.
We carried them around and took them to play basketball or whatever we were doing. Yeah. So
the cassettes of choice were Grandmaster Flash. Because that's how I learned the lyrics to New York, New York, Big City of Dreams. And then the other one was Twisted Sister, because they got so popular with We're Not Gonna Take It and all that we listened to that constantly. And that's what we would just walk around with the big silver boombox.
Yeah. We had to have LL Cool J.
Okay.
Had to have some Run DMC.
Of course. Yeah.
And then Big Daddy Kane.
Yep.
So yeah.
LL Cool J, to this day, one of my all-time favorite songs is I'm That Type of Guy. I love that song.
Yeah.
That came on MTV, and I'm like, this is amazing. And when you listen to the lyrics for that, it's like, dude, he's talking about like banging some other guy's wife, basically, and it's hilarious. The lyrics are hilariously funny, and I have that on my. It comes up on my playlist on my in my car when I'm listening. Every now and then it'll pop on, and I'm like, yeah, man. LL Cool J. Yep. It was so good, man. It was fun. We had fun as kids. We really did. It was fun to be a kid back then.
Yeah.
Very simple, right? It was very simple. You didn't have too much. It was when the original Nintendo first came out. Before that, it was Atari and Intellivision, and then the Nintendo first came around, and yeah, it was just a fun time.
Even then, man, it's like you had the game, but if your parents would be like, "Look, you got like 15 more minutes."
Yep.
And that's just what it was. Go outside or do something else or something.
Get outside and play. Yeah, that's exactly it. They would not let you. Like my first game system was an Intellivision that my dad got me, and we'd be in there playing, and then my mom's like, "All right, that's it. Outside. Go outside. Do something out there. That's enough." Doing it's a great. So, well, yeah, that's probably where you got it from, Derek. That's probably where it all started with you, where you went down the path. It was it really was a fun time to grow up. Did a lot of make believe stuff too, like a lot of pretend. We didn't have all the cool toys, Like we didn't have all that cool stuff. We didn't pretend with a lot of things, and we didn't have all that stuff. That's why I like Stranger Things so much, because it's very much a throwback, and that's the stuff that's how we used to do stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, Savannah Evans. She's not medically cleared. Uh-oh. Someone else medically cleared.
Who is this?
Oh, it's going to be Zaya, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be. Yep. Nice. Laying, baby. I knew it. You had a Cobb salad to eat. Nice. There she is. Lei Ying Lee is back after her injury to Savannah. And she is wasting no time, just going right at her.
Yeah.
On my school bus in the 90s, my bus company had big Motorola card phones. Yeah, oh, yeah. They used those when the two-way radios were out of range. Yeah. The big gray ones that the rich people would talk on all the time because you couldn't afford those. We sold those in Radio Shack too. They were $1,000 to buy one of those, and only the rich people. You'd see those in commercials when people are like, or on shows when you'd see people walking on Wall Street, like stockbrokers and stuff would all be holding those phones.
Yeah.
Why does she remind me of Mortal Kombat? Well, I mean, it's certainly the hat. The hat that she wore. Man. Pagers. Yeah, we were selling Motorola pagers and stuff too. Yep. I never saw the need for those. Somebody would page you, beep you, and then you'd literally have to get to a phone to get to them anyway.
Most times, pay phone.
Yeah, you'd have to you'd have to pay for it in a payphone to call the person back.
What's a payphone?
Oh yeah, right. That'll be the next question. What do you mean?
What you mean? You had to use what? Quarters? You couldn't PayPal it or swipe or tap your card?
Yeah. You had to have dimes and quarters and stuff in your pockets in case you ever had to call your parents to come get you somewhere. Yep. The hardships we went through and we survived.
Yeah.
When I met my husband, he had a pager. I had to page him, and then he would call me back. Yep, that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see TNA finally advertising the live episode.
Yeah, they got to build up the hype for that.
Yeah. Did you have a drive-in play when you were a kid? I like playing with my drive-in play. Is that like one of the actual cars, like the electric cars, or are you talking about like the RC cars? Is that? Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. Flip phones are, oh my God, that's newer technology. One of my favorite phones to this day is the Motorola Razr. Love the Razr.
Yeah.
Love the Razr. You could take that thing and bounce it off a wall, smash it against the floor, and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing would happen to it. Savannah now, a little bit of an offensive here.
Whoa.
Oh, she's caught her. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, look at that power from Savannah Evans. Oh, back body drop. Nope.
Whoa.
Tried a reversal, but I don't think she's going to be able to get it. No. Ooh. Big right hand.
Man.
You only got a page if you're a doctor, lawyer, or drug dealer. Yeah. Congrats to Julia winning the NXT. Yeah, some changes in NXT last night.
Oh.
Yeah, here she comes over into the corner now after Savannah. Some right hands. Crowd counting. Gets 7 shots to Savannah. Now we're going to see if she can. It's going to be hard to match power with her.
Ooh. Good grief.
Oh, man. What a huge lariat. Savannah's a beast.
Yeah.
She is a beast. Savannah now has her by the hair. Looks like
oh, she did. Okay.
Oh, she's got that. Oh, no. She turned it around on her.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Hits her with Thunderstruck. Is that going to be enough?
Wow.
2, 3, it is.
Wow.
Wow. Lei Ying gets a huge win.
Yeah, that is a huge win.
Huge win for Lei Ying. Kills me as it took the decimation of the knockouts. So she's going to get Savannah a singles run.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the Jordynne Grace interview coming up. Hey, James Chadwick's favorite person. Oh, Jordan's pissed. Jordan's pissed. I'll be in the ring. Meet me there.
Okay.
Okay.
Enough of that sneak attack bull jive.
Right? She's not going to be there.
No. You know what happened? 1 week she'll be like working out or something.
And so attack her again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get that heel vibes going.
Joe, she doesn't need much heat, man.
No, I agree. No, she does not.
I think she's good in that department.
Agreed. Breakout superstar in TNA in 2025. Oh, man.
That's a good question.
I
think
I always forget. I have one, but I always forget his name. He was on last week. Kazarian was trying to make him carry his. Yes, Leon Slater.
That's exactly who I was going to say.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think he's going to be the breakout superstar for them this year.
Yeah.
We had women's ones the last few times that we had it, right? But I think we're going to get a men's this year. If you have not done so and you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Also, please hit the like button on the stream before you go tonight, and hit the notification bell to be notified about when we have future content. And also, if you have not voted yet, we have one more night. You have tonight, and that's it. The voting will end at let's say midnight tonight. Jeff will be in bed before then, but the voting will end then. I have to send all the results over to Jeff tomorrow to compile for our rewards show on Sunday. The TIGS Awards will be this coming Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure you go and vote if you haven't, and let your voice be heard in our show. And of course, we'll give you what we think are the winners in each one of the categories. There's some cool new categories there. Of course, male wrestler, female wrestler of the year, pay-per-view of the year, but we've got best on the mic as one of the new ones. We've best faction in there as well. So some new ones out there. So go check that out and vote if you haven't. The link is on our Twitter. It's also on our community page on YouTube. So please make sure you do that if you have not done so already. And join us for the show on Sunday. Shouldn't they have built on that instead of Savannah losing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like she needed that win, and I love Lei Ying Lee, but she did not need a win right off the bat, right as
Yeah.
she returned. Just my
Um,
opinion.
the only thing would be to me, Jeff, that would signify that is that maybe she's getting like a mega push this year.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing that would make that logical.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What if something happens in that match then at Genesis? It's Santana versus Josh. Loser leaves TNA.
Yep.
Good point. Good point. Now we need Havoc to come back and get her revenge on Ash, and everything will be fine again. She's busy down in AAA, man. They have the tag team belts now. Her and Crazy Steve. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that, like if they're still signed to TNA, and I don't know the contract status of everybody, but if they are, I guess it's kind of cool that TNA lets them, go do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If they're not necessarily using them and stuff like that. So,
oh, they're showing another throwback.
Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett. Okay.
Right.
I'm glad they're going back to this.
Me too.
Because they did this before and then they kind of stopped it.
Man, Kurt Angle and TNA was at a different level.
Yeah, yes, he was. He was just on Not Sam podcast as well. Not Sam had him on. I listened to that. It was a very good episode.
He was up here, I think Tuesday night. He was inducted into the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right. That is by you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Kurt was an amazing wrestler. Kurt is my spirit animal, says Derek. Oh man, Jeff's music.
Yeah.
Haven't heard this in a while.
Yeah.
Slap nuts. That's all I remember about Jeff Jarrett. Slap nuts. I love how JJ told off MJF last night. He needs to respect his elders. Look at him with that long golden locks here. There's the guitar. He bashed that over Hogan's head, I think, at one point when he was going up against the NWO.
Yeah.
I feel for Corey Graves. He was reassigned to lead commentator on NXT. Do you think this leads him back to the ring? What are your thoughts on Raw having no hard end time on Netflix? Well, the no end time I think is fine because they can do whatever they want to and go how long they want to. If they have something, I think Triple H mentioned that if they have something that goes over, and like the Rock segment with Cody, right? Remember the Rock segment when he was outside? They could just let that go. So I think that's fine. I don't know. I don't know that I necessarily feel bad for Corey. I think that's not a bad idea. Going down to NXT sometimes isn't a bad thing. If they really didn't have anything for him, and the fact that what's his face is back. Of course, my name is I'm forgetting his name now. McAfee. Of course, McAfee's back now. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, look at the work that Booker T's doing down there on commentary. I don't look at NXT as being a downstep at all. No. I don't look at that way anymore.
No, I think they're very much positioning that as a third brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can stop saying developmental, all that stuff, because it's just not the case. Mm-hmm. That is a component of what they do, but I feel like they're a third brand. But yeah, I think sometimes you have to freshen some things up. And I don't like the frequency that they change announce teams because it feels like as soon as they hit a rhythm, they change it. So, we'll see what happens. But I don't know that is he cleared to get back in the ring? because I know he had an injury, and that's why he stopped competing.
JJ and MJF promo was gold last night. Calling him an entitled prick last night. It was not in my bingo card, but it was awesome. Kurt was a natural. MJF is a great heel. Always gets heel heat. Rhonda and her husband had the baby. Yeah, I knew she was pregnant.
Oh, congrats to them.
Yep. Kurt gets tossed over into the guardrail. Jarrett's got the beer. Look at this. He's going to hit him with the beer. He does.
The kids got a little taste too.
He did. Kid got a little doused with the beer. Yes, he did. WWE, John Cena, AEW, Jeff Jarrett. It's time for TNA to bring Johnny Swinger back to be TNA champion. The Swing Man. I don't know where the Swing Man is. No idea. Oh, he's got that. Oh, we got blood.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett's busted open. Jarrett is busted open. Do you ever see TNA getting these type of crowds again? It's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know. And I think I'm going to say no, James, but I think that needs to be. I think that's just how it is at this point. I mean, and I think it's going to continue to get like that because these prices, I mean, we talked about WWE's prices and they're atrocious.
Yeah.
They price people out of going to their events, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some times where you can find a deal, but you know, it's tough, especially when you have a family and you gotta go out of town, hotel, you know, travel, all that stuff. So but I don't know. I mean, I hope that they do. But I think this year is a big year for them in terms of if we can see that happening. And let's see how the live thing goes and how the rest of the year goes. But I think we'll be able to tell by Slammiversary if we're heading in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't. I think, James, to answer that question too, when you were looking at crowds like this, I mean, look at the talent. Look at the people you have here, right? Mick Foley, Jarrett, Angle. These were names that were getting huge crowds. And, you know, I think we're just in a different era for it right now. And I'm okay with what they're doing. I'm okay with them, like Jeff said. They're a nice alternative where you can go to a show and they're not going to break you to go. Which everyone else, you know, I don't AEW's prices aren't bad, but right now WWE is just not affordable,
right?
To go to a show. So I don't mind it. If they're going to be like the quote unquote, let's say they're going to be the third brand, I'm all right with that because that gives them the ability to pack the smaller places because of their ticket prices, because their tickets are very fair. I mean, my God, like I said, I mentioned earlier that they're doing a thing where you can have breakfast with the Hardy Boys. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's $500, but you know, normally you wouldn't get stuff like that. You can go to a concert and not even get a meet and greet sometimes for $500.
I mean, that's an easy grand at at WWE, if not $1,500.
Oh, no doubt.
And you're not having breakfast with them; they're just shuffling you through a line. I mean, let's be.
Yep, no doubt. Me and my son got good seats last night. 2 tickets for $85. Yeah, when they came to our arena, I think it was around that price. I think tickets are around $40 a piece. Both men now bloody. Angle's down. Jeff's really bloody. So Yeah, I don't know that we'll ever see crowds like this, but I think again, this was a very, very, very different time in wrestling.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Angle gets the win.
But I mean, I think depending on the shows, I think if they market their bigger shows in a way, you could see larger crowds at some of the bigger shows like a Slammiversary or a Bound for Glory. I think maybe that's the starting point, is to see if you can get some bigger venues for those types of shows and then kind of build from there. And this is very interesting for Masha.
Oh man. This is Rosemary, isn't it? Is Rosemary getting to her here?
That was good.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Rosemary.
There you go. Oh, we got the Santana Gauntlet. JJ calling MJF the entitled prick last night. Michael Spikes wants to know. You don't really have a question, Michael. I saw Pro Wrestling Unlimited on YouTube, and Fightful Select that Jordynne Grace's contract is up on the 19th of this month. The Genesis saying Grace is leaving TNA to sign with WWE. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all by that. We've been saying that for a little bit. That wasn't really a question, though, Mike. I didn't see a question there, bud. All right, so we got the Gauntlet match coming. Yeah, that was a really cool promo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Rosemary get some gold, but I don't think they're going to take it off of Masha that quick.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have it a while.
Yeah. All right, there they are. Judas, Icurus. Josh isn't even out yet. Santana's really found his place here back in TNA at some point in 2025. He will be heavyweight champion. I could see that. Rosemary delivers every time. All right, so it is going to be one-on-one for the time being. Now, whether or not we'll see interference is another thing, because you could.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for Travis Williams on the outside.
Penn State just scored a touchdown. They're up 10-0.
Oh.
Nice kick there. Ducks under the punches there, using his quickness to try to stay away from Santana. Masha versus Rosemary Genesis. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, that's not going to work. You can use that quickness, but I don't think that kind of stuff's going to work on Santana. Oh. Yep.
That'll light you up.
It's the end of that. These two they're Saint and Sinner. Are really good singles wrestlers. Be good to see if they're allowed to. They're the Goons 2.0. I still think Icurus is the stupidest ring name I've ever heard. I'm never going to be a fan of these kids. I've heard much, much worse wrestling names all throughout the years.
Oh my gosh. And man, some of the folks I work with, man. Oh man, just in case somebody's listening, I'm not gonna. I won't go there, but there are some bad ones, but this one is it is pretty. I'm not a fan of it either.
It sounds like it reminds me of something from like a Stephen King novel. He likes to use like Malachi and Children of the Corn. Judas Icurus is very it almost sounds very religious in a way. I mean, Judas obviously from the Bible, but and so I don't know. Maybe he's a religious guy.
I mean, especially knowing that they went from Saint and Sinner to, where we are now. So,
Jeff, I know we talk a lot about horror on the podcast. I watched Speak No Evil, the remake. Very good.
It was good.
Very good. Yeah. I'm starting to really like that actor. He was the actor from Split was in it.
Yeah, McAvoy.
I'm really starting to dig him in horror films. He plays very good roles. And let me tell you, Jeff, holy is that guy buff. Man.
Yeah.
He was buff for Split too, but holy, he's like massive now. And he used to be Professor X playing that, he was very, very small in stature when he was playing in those movies, but it was very good. Now I've been told I need to watch Long Legs.
I've been told the same.
They said the person that watched it, she told me it's amazing. Said said it was awesome. So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I was way better than the original. Way better than the original. And it is on Peacock. That's where I watched it. But I might have to check out Long Legs. I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing it's very Seven-like, with like that kind of feel. And I love Seven.
Yeah.
So, and there's another one called The Heretic that I want to watch too.
Yeah, with Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, yeah. Yep.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Nice move there. Okay, getting a little break. Nosferatu. Yeah, I heard Nosferatu was very good.
Yeah, I want to watch that too.
They said the cinematography in it is off the charts. Like amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to see it.
Yeah, there's some I'll tell you what, this year horror movies like crazy coming out this year. Tons and tons of horror movies. If you have not done so already, now would be a great time to go hit the like button. So go get a drink. We're on a break. Go get a drink, get a snack. Get some of those new. I saw this new snack in work that I'd never had before. Cheez-Its. They're called Cheez-Its something, but they're like a mix. It's like cheddar ranch or something. Ooh. Yeah, they look good. They're like square. They almost look like a wheat thin kind of a shape. And I never saw them. And this one girl that I work with had them, and she said they're amazing. Go get a snack, get something like that. But while you're doing that, hit the like button too. Just go out of the stream, hit the like button, come back in, and won't bother you, won't hurt you at all. So hit that like button, please. Really helps us out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to know when we've got stuff coming up, like Sunday with the award show, make sure you hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified about when we do something new. Vamp movies, if you pardon the pun. I love vampire movies too. One of my all-time favorite.
I was going to ask you which one is your favorite, Joe.
Fright Night from 1984 is my favorite one. Lost Boys is up there too. I love Lost Boys as well. Yeah. But Fright Night just holds a special place in my heart because vampire movies before, and I know Fright Night's kind of a comedy, but I just love the modern take on his vampire, Chris Sarandon's vampire in that.
Yeah.
And I love the scene. My favorite scene in that is when he goes to hold up the cross and he's coming down the stairs and he grabs the cross and just bends it. And he says that you have to have faith for this to work on me. And I'm like, that's awesome. Because in the past, when I was watching the old black and white vampire movies, it didn't matter. If you just held up a cross, it didn't matter if you believed. If you had a cross that held up the vampire, it'd be, would run away. But it was just so cool. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love it. Absolutely love that film. And I even like the sequel. And it's very hard to find that. I think you can watch it on YouTube now. But Fright Night 2, I dug it. I thought it was good. And it went straight to DVD, I think. I don't even think that made the films or made the movies. But I like that too. And the remake was okay. The remake was okay. It wasn't terrible. It was okay. But that's one of my favorites. Guess what you got in the UK? What did you get? Has to be some kind of candy. Did you get the orange eggs? Has to be some kind of food, I'm thinking. Or maybe something cola. McAvoy's great in The Last King of Scotland. He does pretty good stuff. I like him in horror films.
Yeah, he's really good.
Cast of Stranger Things will be old enough to apply for Medicare by the time this comes out at this point. Derek, did I ever tell you how I want to see that end? And oh my God, if it does, people are going to hate it. They will absolutely hate it, but I will have a big smile on my face. The whole thing, right? After all the fight scenes and all that and everything like that, and Vec was vanquished and all that kind of thing, and they're all back together. I want to see them sitting at a table like it started in season 1, playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons, and the whole thing was never real. It was all in their minds. It was all make-believe game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow.
I would die if it ended that way. That would be the most amazing way you could end that show. I know they won't, because people would be pissed off beyond belief if that happened, but I think that would be the greatest ending possible they could end that with.
That would be...
I know people would hate it, but for me, growing up in that era, and I just think that'd be the coolest way to end it. Like that they were all older and they were just having a reunion together and they were playing D&D and they just made the whole thing. Oh, I would love that. Would absolutely love that. I think that'd be amazing. Terry's chocolate orange egg filled with orange cream. Oh my, are you serious? Oh my God, I would die. Oh my God, that'd be like heaven. Fright Night and Lost Boys are classics, but honestly, give me the black and white Universal Dracula with Bela Lugosi. Yeah, I mean the Universal stuff, the old monster ones and stuff are good. I used to my grandmother used to watch Abbott and Costello. I remember Abbott and Costello and Dracula in those back in the day.
Hey, they're softening Santana up right now.
Yeah, they are. Kind of figured this would end up happening this way. They're obviously triple teaming him here. Josh with the pile driver. So, yeah, Jeff, your prediction is going to be right there. This is going to lead to something else. He got his headgear back. Deanna says, that would be amazing. Or they could just it could just be the longest game ever. Yeah, like a 4-year game or a 5 or 6 year game. These bozos are we kind of figured this would happen, and Jeff did predict that we're probably going to get something else out of this. So there's probably going to be a match with Josh, and let's see if the director of Authority comes out and makes a match. They haven't left him laying there. You are stupid. You are stupid, Chance. I mean, I like slasher flicks, lots of blood, etc., but some modern films, it gets to be a bit much. Jeff took the pencil again. He certainly did. Uh-oh. The concierge has an announcement. Huge. Special. The whole world's going to want to see. Unprecedented. No one in the history of this company has known. Heather Nash. TNA. Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, Notre Dame lost their quarterback. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they have a guy named Steve Angeli. Oh God, that's bad news for Notre Dame. NCAA pulled him out of the game. I can't boo Josh, though he's doing a good job. You seen the trailer for Hard Eyes? Yes, I did. That I might have to watch that one. The dude looks like Jason. He looks like he's big. He's big and stocky. Looks like Jason Voorhees, but he has light up eyes that are hearts. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah. I love films like that. I want to see. There's supposed to be 2 Valentine's movies coming out this year. There's that one, and there's another horror company that's making one too. Excessive blood and torture to me is like possession. I'm not into like torture porn. I never like. I mean, I watch like Hostel and stuff. I don't. That's not my thing. I like Saw, and I know people will say that that's what that is too. But I don't know. I like Saw because Saw like has a cool story. Some of that stuff is just there's no story to it. Yeah, it's not necessarily my thing. That had its time, I think, and it had its time in the sun. I think that's kind of come and gone. Leave it to Iceman to be a jackass. Yes. No one likes the Iceman. No one likes the Iceman. But yeah, this is gonna be a good year. I Know What You Did Last Summer has a sequel coming out this year,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have the Fisherman back, which will be cool. I always liked those movies. I enjoyed them. I liked the first one and the second one. Yep. Yeah.
Joe, do you remember the Urban Legends movies?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Those were pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pause that. You pause that.
Give me 1 second, Jeff. I'll be right back.
Hey, Melissa, it's all good. Don't worry about it. There was not a DQ. They just jumped Santana. So he never got into I don't think he ever got into a match with Josh. There was so much chaos there. I could be wrong. So all right, thank you, James. Matthew Smith saying Amazon, Judy had, and I know what you did last summer. TV series got. Okay. I didn't know they had a series. All right, folks. So we'll see what we get here next. If we get some type of explanation or something to let us know what's going on with Josh and Santana. Let's see what we get here. Oh, we got Rosemary saying Masha, Masha, Masha. Saying she's so tough and fierce. Sean, I did see Tusk. It is a crazy one. It is very crazy. But I liked it. I like that kind of stuff. The weird stuff. She's saying she can smell her fear. Raven. We got Raven in the house. Oh. Wow, Raven here with Rosemary and talking about a Ravens Clockwork Orange match. Wow. Oh, wow, that was awesome. So we're getting the good hands. James saying, yes, that needs to happen. I agree. It needs to happen. Wow. Not really endearing themselves to the fans. Yeah, that was crazy too, Swag fan. Hassan saying he's picking the Rascalz. Heather saying, now that is how you do a Legends segment. That was an awesome segment. Enjoyed that. The Rascalz coming down to the ring now. Yeah, John, he's making a lot of friends in Atlanta. Good to see the Rascalz out here. This should be a really good match, though. These two teams are really good. And like I said before we got started, I know we give the good hands grief, but they're a good team. They really are good wrestlers. All right, folks. So we're gonna have the Hardys and the Rascalz at Genesis on the 19th. So that should be a really good match. Should be a lot of fun. Genesis is looking like a good card. Heather's saying, get ready for this. I actually dislike Saint and Sinner more than the good hands. Like James said, I didn't have that on my 2025 bingo card. That's interesting. Oh, creative there by Zachary Wentz with the cover there, 2 count. 2 count on Jason Hotch there. Little Silver saying that TNA Genesis is 90% sold so far. AB saying this match should cook. Yeah, I agree. This should be a good match. Really good match.
Sorry about that.
Are you good, man?
My wife saw I had left my light on in my car. So
Okay. Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, you better go." So thankfully it started. It wasn't home long enough for it to die, kill the battery.
Okay.
So, but thankfully she saw it because I had to park all the way up
That's
the street.
good,
So yeah.
Joe, you missed it.
What'd I miss?
You missed Rosemary and Raven.
Rosemary and Raven?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that
It
all about?
was
Was she
awesome.
doing was it a thing for Masha? Was it like a promo?
Yeah. And Raven said you should do a Ravens Clockwork Orange match.
Oh
So
man.
we might get that at Genesis.
Wow, that's awesome. Of course, I miss Rosemary. Damn it.
And of course, she was holding a blade to his neck the whole time. So
brother, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. That sucks. Well, any other situation, I'm just glad she saw that. I would have been going out to my car tomorrow morning and it wouldn't have started, which would have really sucked.
Especially in the freaking cold.
Right? Yeah. and then trying to get a tow truck to come and jump it. I mean, I do have that service, but to try to get somebody to do that on one of the coldest days of the year and stuff like that isn't probably going to go very well. It would take half a day.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go back and watch it. What do we got here? Oh, we got tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. The Rascalz versus the Good Hands is going to be a great match. TNA has an X as Melissa. Hello, Melissa.
Yeah, it's been good so far.
Genesis is 90% sold. That's cool. Very cool. Trey Miguel with a big bouncing his head off the turnbuckle in the corner. Good Hands deserve more praise than they get as a tag team. Yeah, listen, they're a good tag team. There's no questioning that.
1000% agree.
Nice move there, Trey Miguel. Oh, gets a 2 and a kick out. That was very close. 10-3, Notre Dame is down by 7 at the half. Low scoring game.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, man, big knee lift. Down goes Wentz. Trey Miguel up and over, and he goes down outside the ring. Going to roll through. Look at this. Wow, the Good Hands very close to getting the upset there. Now they got him up over the shoulder. Now Trey Miguel is making his way back in. Oh, big knee. Now he throws him over into the corner. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man.
Well.
And now he's propped up on the knees. Oh, that's it. Yep, Rascalz win. Good match, though. Are we looking at the new champs there, Jeff?
I think it's a strong possibility. I really do. I think it'll be the Hardys' way of putting those guys over.
Yeah, I agree. They have to remind themselves of them, right? They very similar. Oh, look at this. Frankie Kazarian and Rhino. Keep that in mind, kid. Rhino's probably older than Frankie.
Probably.
Keep that in mind, kid. Talking about maybe getting his shot there if he gores Nick Nemeth. What's going to happen to Rhino? Well, tonight it's Rhino and Joe Hendry against the Nemeth brothers.
Yeah, I think he's retiring.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think last week was his last singles match. So yeah, James.
Kaz, what a villain. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, don't forget to go and vote if you have not done so already.
Yes.
Please go and vote. Get those votes in. I'm gonna pull up the survey and I'll let you know. I'll let you know what the categories are. This will entice you maybe a little more to go and vote. Male Wrestler of the Year. And there's write-ins as well. So if you don't see your particular choice, you can write your own in. You can other and then write your own in there. Female Wrestler of the Year, of course. We got Feud of the Year. Pay-per-view of the year. Best on the mic, male, and best on the mic, female. Breakout Star of the Year. OMG Moment of the Year. That's a new one as well. Faction of the Year. And then Match of the Year and Male. I wanted to include a female, but I couldn't get enough. I needed to do one more. If you do one more than 10, they make you pay. I'll give you a couple little hints. So the OMG Moment of the Year. Here, I'm going to tell you what the choices are. The Rock's return. Cody finishes the story. The debut of the Wyatt Six. Bryan Danielson winning the title. Liv kissing Dom. Hangman burns Swerve's house down. The New Day breaks up. Ethan Page wins the NXT title. Sting's retirement announcement and retirement. Chelsea Green winning the Women's U.S. Championship. So they're just some of the OMG moments that you can go and vote for right now, and it is entirely free. You just go, you click the link, you're into the survey, and vote. And let your vote be heard. And we are doing our TIGS Awards, the annual one, where our show pretty much all started, by the way. All started. You want to know where our origins are? That's where they are. We started by doing an award show. So you can go all the way back on our channel and look at it. And say kudos to Jeff for making it look like an actual show instead of, because we were doing all audio. We were doing no video back then. So if you haven't voted, go do it. And then come out on Sunday and check out the winners. Find out who are the winners.
Should be a lot of fun.
And all of us will be there. Tazzy, myself, Jeff, of course, and Chris. And yeah. Maclin and Eric Young. They didn't just cross a line. They tried to end Gresham's career. Oh, Maclin's. This isn't politics. Renegade. Oh, man, AJ Francis. He called them whiners. Tag team gold. We're going to talk to Santino right now. Hammerstone had his surgery. He's going to be out for a bit.
Oh, boy. Everyone's.
Oh, for God's sakes.
What is Lish going to say this time?
Oh, my God. Why?
Brought to you by earmuffs. Get a pair.
You're older than Tommy Dreamer? I'm probably older than Tommy Dreamer for sure. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm not. Tommy Dreamer we might be close to the same age. Let's find out, shall we? Let's consult the old Google. I am older than Tommy Dreamer.
Are you?
Yep. I've got 2 years on him. News broke TNA let Rick Swan TNA contract run out, but he is doing great and has been doing indie bookings when he's ready to come back to a major company. I'm certain he will resign with TNA. I didn't even think he was anywhere near cleared or anything to wrestle. Why would he be doing that? He just had. Did he even have his surgery yet?
No, remember Rich Swann was out for.
Oh, Rich Swann. I'm thinking of. Never mind. I'm confusing him with Chris Bay. My bad.
Yeah. Moose always has some fresh kicks on, man.
Yeah, look at that.
What?
He's
Oh.
debuting a new X Division title.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Okay, Lish is more annoying than Vicky Guerrero. Wow. That's saying something.
That's some high praise.
Ugliest title I've ever seen in my life. We've got to be getting someone coming out here, yeah?
The
Is it
Giant.
the director? Oh, no. Who's this?
The Giant. Andrew Everett.
Andrew Everett. Getting an impromptu match here. He's disrespecting the title. Is Andrew going to try to choke slam Moose?
I
hope
don't
not.
think he needs to try that with Moose.
I hope not. Wouldn't go very well for him, I don't think. X Division built TNA. Moose looks a little confused.
Dang.
Who
Come
the
on,
hell are
Moose.
you? Do you know who this idiot is? I'm going to put you down. I'm an X Division wrestler and you are not. This kid wants to die. Yeah.
Well,
oh my God. He just ate the shoe. He just literally ate his new shoes. Oh God. He's earned himself a match right now after getting taken that kick.
wow.
If he dies, he dies, says James.
Well,
this might be worse than Apollo Creed and the Russian.
Woo.
Oh my God. Well, Andrew Everett, it's been nice knowing you. Good Lord.
A pissed off moose is a dangerous moose.
Yeah. Moose is just doing this with his new shoes, and he like exerting no. And there's Ace Austin watching. He's trying. Okay, got a little fight in him. Just a couple right hands, little insecurity there. Moose misses the clothesline. Coming back here. Oh, that's the end of that. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. There he goes outside the ring. He takes Moose down onto the floor. Okay. Look at that welt that he's got on his chest from that shot.
Already. Yeah.
Holy.
Imagine how that looked the next day.
Oh, my God. His chest is going to look like hamburger.
Uh-oh.
Crowd wants it one more time. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Moose is about done with this. Oh, my God.
Speaking of choke slams.
Just choke slammed him onto the ring apron. Moose's shoes are so bright, I can't even tell what brand they are. Oh, my God. He's going to pile drive him on the floor. Or no, oh, my God, again. Oh. Oh.
Man.
Well, kid, you got your 5 minutes of fame, and now you're going to pay. Up and one more time. 3 power bombs, 2 of them on the ring apron. He's ragdolled now. Yep, that's it. He doesn't even have to do anything. He just stands on him. It's over.
Man. I kind of feel bad for Andrew Everett on that one.
I mean, making it look really difficult for Ace Austin.
Yeah.
Will Tessa show up? This kid is going to have a permanent back injury. I can't believe he agreed to that. That and the fact that his chest looks horrible.
Yeah.
That was his last ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks almost like a version of the last ride Moose gave him. Yeah. That was insane.
That was.
Could Ace Austin actually take down Moose? We shall see.
That should be a good match, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
That's the one thing you can say about Moose is that when he has matches, like not squash matches like that, but when he has matches against smaller guys, they're usually really good. I mean, you think about his one with Rich Swann, Chris Bay. I mean, he's had some really good matches with smaller guys, and
yeah,
I don't think this one will be any different.
Yep, that is true. Andrew should have never
seeing the devastation after that. I mean, I don't know anyone that would willingly walk into a confrontation with Moose, but
yeah.
I guess he
that was
when he was talking, he was doing the effing around, and then the end of that he found out.
Yep. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It looks like it's gonna be a tall task. We'll see at Genesis. I mean, could Ace Austin win that X Division title from Moose? And then does Ace cash it in? I think Jeff alluded to that.
There's a lot of stuff that could happen in that main event.
Yeah, there really is.
And hopefully they
really
don't go
is.
too wild with it. Because, I mean,
I
you
mean,
got
we're not
that. You got Frankie.
Frankie. You got the Bradshaw factor too. That's been happening in every pay per
Yeah.
view that he wrestles for the title at. So yeah, there's a lot that can end up happening. Go into that, and then after all that, you think that Hendry gets past it all, and then all of a sudden Ace Austin comes out and cashes in.
Yeah,
He could do that instantly, right? Can he do that instantaneously?
Who?
If Ace wins the X Division, can he?
I don't know if he can do it the same night.
Yeah, I don't know if he can either. Joe Hendry, Nick Nemeth. January 19th, guys, and we will be doing. There's the director of Ataratai, Sammy Callan. PCO's at the Bowery. Ooh, they're going to get some kind of tag team thing happening. Whatever happened with that weird thing they were teasing too with that number? What was that number? 27 or something like that? 23.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, he's putting them in the title match if they win.
If they win next week.
Interesting. Okay. We got Jordynne coming to the ring. Jordynne wants a mic. Let's see what happens here.
Thinking about this, I wonder if this is the loser leaves town match.
That could be too. Yeah. Yeah, it could very well be. Mm. Going to give you the opportunity to fight me like a woman.
Mm.
You're going to have to go through me.
Mm.
There she is.
He was ready that time.
Oh. Jordynne Grace now, but they're gonna have to get security or something. Yeah, I figured this was coming. Yeah. Get security down there.
Whoa.
Jordynne's going back over. Jordynne's taking out the security. Well, they got them split on either side of the ring. There's like 6 security people, and the others are holding on to Jordynne. Tessa's saying, "You want to go?" James says Genesis is her last night. Jordan, yeah, probably. It's looking like it. It's looking like that. Yeah, we're probably going to get a career match. Yeah. Loser leaves TNA.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking for Tessa except Jordan. Unfortunately, Heather, I think it's a done deal. I think we're going to get it. And yeah, Jordan's definitely gone. She will be in NXT, I'm sure.
Joe, if she does go to NXT, how long would you keep her there before you have her go up to the main roster?
I don't think very long, Jeff. She's pretty seasoned. I mean, she's a bright star, and I wouldn't think I'd keep her very long. I'd maybe give her a title run there. Like at that point would, I mean, obviously, you have Julia there now. Do you have her maybe beat Julia? That could be a thing. But yeah, I don't think I'd keep her there all that long. I don't think you really need to. We've seen, she carried the women's division basically, on her shoulders for a good amount of time this past year. So I don't really think you need to have her down there. I don't think you need to keep her down there that long.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it all depends on what you want her to do, and where you think she'll end up on the main roster. And that's the other thing, is that it's loaded, and then there are a ton of people I feel like that they could bring up from NXT.
That's true.
And fit right in too. So I mean, it could work both ways. You could have her be kind of the flagship of your women's division on NXT and keep her there a year, or you can have her go, maybe do like 6 months or so, do a title run in NXT maybe, or at least chase for it and end up on the main roster.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're right. I mean, they are loaded, and look, they've got people coming back, right? Becky Lynch is coming back. Charlotte's coming back. Alexa Bliss possibly coming back. I mean, they are loaded up there.
Yeah.
So the last thing you want to do is ship her up there and then not have her do anything up there.
Right.
So that's a good point. Good point. Maybe it would just be good enough to just have her on the top of the women's division in NXT for a while.
Yeah.
This is next Thursday's show. Trent Seven and Leon Slater. Laredo Kid and Jake Something. Eric Young and Maclin. I go up against First Class next week. Okay.
Should be good. Should be good next week.
And then, of course, the thing with Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
I say she's good enough to go straight to the main roster as Jade Cargill did when she signed with WWE. I don't see NXT, so I don't know anyone from there. TNA is better than NXT and AEW.
I would tell you NXT is worth the watch. If you can fit it in, at some point, even if you can't watch it live, but if you could fit it into your schedule at some point, just to check it out. There are so many talented women on that roster. So many talented, wrestlers, period. I mean, now I'm thinking that Trick Williams is going to be called up at any moment, since he lost on Tuesday. But yeah, there are a lot of talented people there. So I think wrestling fans are winning right now. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would agree. Now that Oba is champ, I need Moose to challenge him.
Man.
Spitfire against Ash and Heather by Elegance. Masha against Rosemary for the title. And that's a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, which should be really, really interesting. Josh and Mike Santana has been announced. No stipulation, though. And then Jordynne and Tessa Blanchard is now part of the card. So there you go.
There you go.
Gore. Hello, bonus baby. It's butthole cold here in the boot, Louisiana. Yeah, it's cold up here, man. We've had, what do we have, like 40, 50 mile an hour winds today, and wind chills like below zero, 10 below zero or something. Yeah, it's been very bad. Notre Dame and Penn State tied at 10 apiece. And Notre Dame's quarterback is obviously back. So he's not concussed and out of the game. He just ran a touchdown in.
Hey.
Do you like the Heather by Elegance gimmick, or like me and Heather think she should have stayed as Heather Reckless? Joe Hendry, I don't know. I mean, I get why they're doing it. And Jeff mentioned before, that's going to blow up because they're going to end up fighting each other at some point.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Yes, Notre Dame and Penn State is right now. It's halftime already. Well, it just started the third quarter. I vote for Joe Hendry's team. Joe Hendry and Rhino. We shall see.
Yeah.
This is our main event, folks.
Man, you can't look at that and tell me that dude doesn't need to be a champion.
Yeah, man. He's even more. I think he got some muscle mass and stuff too. He's even bigger than he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the face for it as well. Like, it's just good to have a second women's tag team, and Ash needs all the help she can get.
Yeah.
All right, here comes Nick Nemeth. Joe Hendry's going to WWE. His contract doesn't end until next year. The end of next year, around Christmas time. The Rumble, I could see him being at, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
But Joe Hendry ain't over anymore, LMAO. Yeah, Joe is pretty over.
Yeah, tell that to that crowd.
Yeah, right. Nick and Ryan Nemeth. Ryan blowing some kisses to the crowd. Main event. Joe Hendry isn't going to win. He is going to WWE. He's not going to WWE. He's under contract until December, Kieran. So he's not going to WWE.
Not yet.
Get off the kick, please. He might be going there, but not until the end of the year. You guys read too many dirt sheets. They're getting worse, by the way. I didn't think I could see that happen, but they're getting worse. They're literally reporting, and I'm not saying who. I'm not naming names, but some of them are reporting just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it's not even close to being true.
Yeah. Dude, we agree with you that he's going to be at the Rumble. Yes.
Yes.
He can still work in TNA and still be at the Rumble. They've done it before. We agree on that point.
I'm calling it again. Mark my words. Hendry will lose at Genesis. Then win the strap at the live show on January 23rd. and show up in the Rumble at February 1st as TNA World Champ. Maybe. Could be right.
So let me ask you this, bonus baby, since we're going down that path. How would you do it? Because I think it matters how you do it. So would you have him lose straight up to Nemeth? Would you have Frankie come in and cash in? How would you do it?
There's any number of ways. You mentioned a couple other ways. I mean, Bradshaw could cost him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways.
There's a lot of decks stacked against him.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Frankie can come in and interfere. There's a lot of things that can happen. Will we ever see the Nemeth brothers face one another? Don't know. I don't know that. When's the Tampa game, Jeff? Is it Sunday?
Sunday night. Yep.
Sunday night. Oh, it's Sunday night. Okay.
Yeah.
Good time of year, man. You're going to start seeing some. Of course, Super Bowl gets closer and closer. You're going to start seeing some trailers and stuff coming out. It's a fun time of the year. Super Bowl has all the cool commercials, but they'll have a bunch of movie trailers that you'll start to see and all that cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to get a Daredevil trailer very soon for the new Daredevil series that's coming.
Yeah.
Didn't Hendry win NXT Moment of the Year for NXT? Joe will be TNA champion or win it on Impact. Screwy finish with either Bradshaw or Ryan Nemeth at Genesis. Hendry wins on the live show after a failed cash-in attempt. Okay.
Okay.
Bonus Baby has it all figured out.
There you go. Give Bonus Baby the pencil.
All right, Kieran. See ya. You're gone. Goodbye. He was in there to start arguments. I never saw him on our show before, so
yeah.
Whatever. Your New Year sucks. Hope your New Year sucks. I look for Joe to be in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I would be shocked if that didn't happen. Terrence says, give someone the pencil because TNA Creative is bankrupt. But you guys are harsh in here tonight.
I know, right?
Jeez. People is in bad moods. Somebody ate your Wheaties today in the chat. Good Lord. These kids don't know what's good for them, says Frankie. Do you think we get a new stage set up for Genesis? It's possible, the W podcast. I mean, they did set up. They had that really cool setup last year when they first did it. So it's possible we could.
Yeah, I think we'll get something a little different.
Rhino versus Ryan Nemeth. What a chicken. All right, the Nemeth brothers tagging out here. A little double team action. Okay, double clothesline from the Nemeths. It's got to be a pathetic existence to just come on a podcast to troll. I mean, being a cow, can imagine how boring it is to be a cow. It's pathetic. Yeah, look, you know what? I look at it this way. It's you're just getting more attention, and they're giving you more attention regardless of whether they think they are or not. So, whatever. They got to take out their frustrations by doing that, I guess, because their lives are boring. I don't know. Who knows? I still think that there's people out there that we may have banned in the past that come back and do that under different identities. As there've been some lousy people that we had to deal with over the years that we've had to ban from the streams, and I think sometimes they make different accounts and come back from time to time. Less hype for TNA Genesis in January than it was in TNA Hard to Kill in January. Terrence is quite down tonight too, aren't you? Creative is bankrupt. You're not hyped. Jeez, man. Get a little happy in your life, dude. Pay-per-views should always look different to the weekly show.
I agree with that.
Thanks for a view. Right. Yeah, exactly. You come in and troll, and we're going to boot you, and since you're giving us a view, regardless of whether you're not or not. Terrence, go listen to some Bobby McFerrin, man. Don't worry, be happy. Of course you are, Derek. I mean, why would that be any different on any given Thursday?
I'm
happy you guys do this. Thanks, Terrence.
Thank you.
We just want you to be happy, dude. Wrestling shouldn't make you sad or upset. It's, it's for your entertainment. It should just be fun to watch. And if it's not, probably watching the wrong show. Tag back into Nick Nemeth.
The way this guy sells, man, is just...
Yeah, right? That's why he's been so good for as long as he has.
So long, yeah.
Grabs Rhino by the back of the hair, does Ryan Nemeth. So definitely definitely the heel tendencies here from Ryan Nemeth. Kick-ass Star Trek The Next Generation episode on right now. Oh my gosh, bonus baby, good Lord. Yeah, I like that episode. I remember that. I've seen all of those so many times I can't even count. James says, I would love to say that I'm always happy, but I'd be lying. No one can always be happy. However, when you choose your entertainment, you should really choose something that's going to make you kind of happy at least. Because, that's what it's there for. If it's not, then, like I said, find something else that does.
That's... Joe, that point that you just made is the exact reason why every year I take at least like 2 weeks off of watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, for 2 weeks, I'm not watching anything. I'm not looking at any posts or anything. I'm just going to watch movies and other stuff, or write or whatever, but I'm not going to watch any wrestling. And that kind of gives me a reset sometimes. So yeah, that's just me. That's my process.
Sometimes it's good to take time off. I mean, because you get burned out. You do. I mean, and anybody would get burned out on anything. I mean, I watch a lot of sci-fi. I watch a lot of horror. I get burned out on that sometimes too. I got to watch different things. That's why I'm glad when people make stuff that's different. You know what I'm really enjoying now is the Creature Commandos. I love it. It's very different. It's like almost like an R-rated cartoon, and I like it. It's different, and sometimes it's that's why I like different. Sometimes
it's good.
Yeah, it really is. And then when you see a movie like out of the blue, like my wife and I watched that Speak No Evil, I didn't think that was going to be good. The first one wasn't great, but really enjoyed it. And then my wife liked it too, and she doesn't normally like horror kind of stuff. So yeah. Would you like TNA to go live every week starting after Slammiversary? No, not until they get a better place to show it. Access TV is not the thing. So if they're going to do a live show, I think it would have to be on a different network. Anyone see Kenny Omega beats Gabe Kidd match? I saw Kenny's thing at TNA at AEW last night a little bit when he got beat up and stuff like that, but no, I didn't see that. Joe Hendry getting fired up. Yeah, Creature Commandos is amazing. I love it. James Gunn, to me, James Gunn is fantastic. That man, just does an amazing job. I'm
Mhm.
very, very happy he's in charge of the DC stuff.
Yeah.
We got a Batman sighting, Jeff, in Creature Commandos.
Man, I got to start watching it because
It's
I
very
heard
good.
about it.
It's very good, man. Very good. Oh, he's stirring. Frankie is stirring over in the corner. Don't worry, be happy. That was the song our middle school principal would play for the afternoon announcements every day. Great memories. Oh, that's a good. See, now that's smart. That's very psychological.
Oh,
Joe Hendry's speech after, or Kenny's speech after AEW went off was really good. Wrestling is my favorite sport. When I watch wrestling, it is a great diversion to what is going on in the world. That's what it should be. Wrestling allows me to clear my head and forget about what is going on. And yeah, that's really what it should be. Really, any entertainment you like at all should be that.
mm-hmm.
James said he just tweeted insiders. It's official. What is official?
What's official? Oh,
Joe Hendry gets the pin. Ooh, Kyle Scarborough just posted something pretty cool too, which I think it might be concerning. Jordynne Grace will go one-on-one. Are you talking about the Tessa thing? Going one-on-one with Tessa Blanchard live. Okay, nice. I thought they might have added a stip. Creature Commandos is funny, has action, but it will make you cry. Yeah, I think is what is it? Next to last episode, I think, is today. Hello, Chris. Happy New Year. Well, there you go. Joe Hendry is your winner. His team, him and Rhino win. And that is it. That is the end of the show, folks. But yeah, and really anything that you watch, if you're taking your time to sit down, watch a 2-hour movie, if you're taking your time to sit down and watch a half-hour show, comedy show, sitcom, whatever it is, it should it should bring you some sort of joy to your life. That's the whole point of entertainment. And if it's not, like I said, you're probably best off to take a break, like Jeff was talking about, or find something else. Because obviously the last thing you want is for your entertainment part of your world to be pissing you off. They could add a stip next week, possibly. We all knew Ryan was going to eat the pin, LOL.
yeah.
Oh, the last episode is today. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I got to watch it after this is over then. Yeah, I'm going to miss that. That was very good. But I did hear, I think that they already gave it a season 2. So yeah, so that's cool. All right, guys. Well, there you go. Have you watched Batman: The Caped Crusader on Amazon Prime? I started to watch that. It's kind of neat. Is the animated one, you mean? Yeah. I started to watch it. Yeah, I started. It's very. Yeah, I can't think of what it reminds me of. It's not like the animated series. I don't think. Nothing will be that. That was just so good. Great show, 9 out of 10. Have a great weekend. We're going to see you, John. Jade Chung is done with tea. Nothing beats happy hour at Magic City in Atlanta. Get my honey barbecue wings, chicken and waffles, Sam Adams beer, and ladies of the evening. Andrew says 10 out of 10. Marvin says 9 out of 10. Gonna love you and leave you now. Got to get up in a few hours. Got an early shopping delivery coming. Nice. All right, James. We'll see you. All right, yeah, guys. Give us your scores. We will do the same. And let us know what you scored the show tonight. We will do that as well, and we will get out of here. This football game is really good here. 10-10, very close. Almost the end of the third quarter. Dylan says 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for Chris. Jeff, what are you giving tonight's show, man?
I think I'm going to go with the same. I think I'll give it a 9. I thought that tonight the last match was interesting because it kind of sets up some different possibilities in your brain.
Okay.
I feel like Nick Nemeth is going to end up turning heel. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I felt like the stuff with Maclin and EY was really good.
Yeah.
The match with the Good Hands and the Rascalz, I thought would be the best match of the night, and that was the case for me. And Andrew Everett, like what were you thinking? I mean, dude's
Right.
gonna be feeling those slams for the next 5 years. So
Yeah, that's that poor guy is going to be black and blue for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So
Tigs are Sunday.
yeah.
Cool. Yes, they are.
Yep.
I'm going to give it a 9. I thought it was a very enjoyable night. Lots of different stuff that we didn't necessarily expect to see. Look, I think they're heading in a good direction to Genesis. There's a lot of questions around it. There's a lot of hype around this show also. A lot of people talking about it. They've talked about it on Busted Open and things like that too. So the Rosemary thing with I'm sad I missed that. I'm gonna have to definitely go back and watch that promo that Rosemary had with Raven. That's pretty awesome. So and that match, it seems like it's gonna be good. The Jordynne and Tessa thing. I mean, look, you know, I don't know how that's going to go over. I don't know how the fans are going to react, but obviously it's happening. So laptop's about to die. Have a good night. See you, Heather. Look, I liked it. I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was a very enjoyable show, leading up to the pay-per-view. And obviously we always get very good go home shows, from TNA. So I have no doubt that next week's is going to be a killer show, leading into Genesis, their first pay-per-view of the year. So good stuff. All right. Again, don't forget, guys, please make sure to drop a like on the stream, obviously, before you go. Go and vote on the Tigs Awards if you haven't done so already. The voting is going in tomorrow. So if you don't vote before tomorrow, please do. So I can get those tallies over to Jeff tomorrow, and he will compose them for the show on Sunday, which will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our annual Tigs Award show, where we will announce all the winners for the awards that you guys voted on. So your winners, and then, of course, we'll tell you who we think should win each one as well. Tazzy, Chris, Jeff, and, of course, myself will be there. And then also we'll have a look ahead. We'll take a look ahead to 2025 at the end of the show as well, and things that we're excited about that we hope to see in 2025. So join us for that. That'll be a lot of fun. It always is. And then, of course, next week on Tuesday, we'll be back for another episode of Fireflies Forever. And we'll be right back here next week as well, for those of you who just come out for TNA stuff, for the go-home show for Genesis. And then we'll be doing Genesis next Sunday as well. So great stuff. Good show tonight. Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate all of you being here. As always, make sure to drop a like, sub if you haven't. And hit the notification bell to be notified about when we have the future content. Have a great night, guys. Stay safe wherever you may be. Again, please keep those people in California in your thoughts and prayers. And hopefully we'll see you all for our next show. And that'll be the Tigs Awards on Sunday. Have a great night, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.